You are live.
Hello, Cheryl. How are you?
Hey, I
Yay,
am awesome.
that's
You look so
good.
lovely today.
Oh, well, thanks. You can dress me up, but
Well, I just came from the gym. I have gym hair and whatever.
you look awesome. You look
Oh,
beautiful to me.
oh, thanks.
So, welcome everybody to stream to our live here. And I am Sandy, and this is the beautiful Cheryl. And we're here every week. And today we're going to be talking about motivational and inspiring stories. You know, whatever happens in the world, just certain things inspire certain people, no matter what it is, right? And it inspires you to just do something that maybe you wouldn't do or try something you wouldn't try. And yeah, so we're going to talk about inspiring stories and what basically inspired us
Hmm.
to take this challenge and why, right?
Exactly. I mean, inspiration can come from anywhere. It doesn't necessarily have to be, the people that we've met through the program, um, but something will resonate with you, and it'll be like, that's me, or I can do this. And so we just wanted to kind of share what some of the stories that we heard that kind of said, okay, this is it.
Okay.
So I will start. So for me, when uh, backstory, I mean, a lot of people who know me know that I've been in the fitness industry for like eons, um, and I'm very well versed in the body and fitness and health. Um, there became a point in my life where um, it didn't matter all that, because my body had different had a different agenda, or things that I were putting in my body. I didn't really realize what was going on. And I was kind of searching for something that could help me that was natural. And in doing research, I found this lady. She's very inspiring, and because she's a doctor, and if you know me, or maybe you don't, but you might get to know me. I'm very I need facts, and I need to know something, that I try has a better chance than not of working. And so this Dr. Vance, I believe, is a chiropractor, if I'm not mistaken. At one point, I worked in a chiropractic office, so I kind of know what she does. Anyway, so the results that this lady had, she was just looking, just like myself, for something to make her feel better. She had some issues. I mean, I have hormonal and menopause issues. She had issues, and you know hair loss and things like that. And she was looking for something just for health, and as side a side effect, she lost 160 pounds. So knowing her background, and you know, she was just trying to be healthy, and then this was a side effect. And you know, coming from a doctor and doing my research, it totally kind of it inspired me and hit the nail on the head for me, as well as my aunt, the lady below me here. I've seen her for years. She looks awesome, and I knew she was doing something. I had no idea really what she was doing, because sometimes you just don't ask. But you know, she just asked me one day, and showed and let me kind of dig and dive and find my information. And yeah, so those two ladies right there are my motivational and inspiring stories.
Well, thank you, Cheryl. I'm
Yeah.
touched.
Well, I feel like we're on the Brady Bunch, because some people won't know what that is, because it's like the box over. Anyway, okay,
Yeah.
I digress.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. Well, thank you for. I'm glad I inspired you, and my goal is really to inspire people to be the best they can be, and to feel the best they can feel. Right. So
Hmm.
that's my passion.
Right.
And this lady here is, her name is Valerie, and she's a friend of mine. She lives in Victoria, and she was the winner of one of the challenges a few years ago. A great lady, and her issues were, in her 40s, she started gaining weight, and you know how she was saying that, how it slowly just creeps up, and you don't really notice it, and you don't really notice it, and all of a sudden you see a picture of yourself, and it's like, oh no, is that me in there? And it's like it hits you, right? And 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 she was eating right, and she was exercising and all that, and she just kept gaining and gaining, and especially around the middle part, right?
Mhm.
So nothing was working, and she she had three different sizes of clothes. The clothes, ones you could fit in, ones that, oh boy, and then you could never fit in, and she just refused to go get another size,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So she had an inspiration herself from seeing a testimonial, and she decided that she was gonna do this. So she went on the program, and she didn't want to do her picture because she said, "Oh my gosh." But she said, I'll never share it. But once she had her after, she was like, share it with me. Yeah. And in the first 30 days, she lost 15 pounds.
Mhm.
And the incredible thing was her thighs, right?
Yeah.
Her thighs first. So she was really, really like impressed with that and really inspired. And in 3 months, she lost 42 pounds.
Wow.
And she just basically followed the program. And she said she just, for the first time, she felt like herself again.
Yeah.
She could look in the mirror, and she just felt really, really good.
Yeah.
And not just physically, but, her health and emotionally. And yeah, so she was quite an inspiration to me, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was one of my inspiration gals. We were so
Yes.
excited when she won the challenge.
Right. Well, it's just very exciting, and sometimes you don't realize some of the stuff that your body's going through until you don't have it anymore, right? Like when I started, my knees were starting to get sore, like achy. It'd be like, oh, I have to go down, I have to go do a push up, or I have to go down to the floor and be like, oh crap, I got to get up, and I'm like, see, now that I don't even notice that, like that doesn't happen anymore. Like so, you just sometimes you don't like same with the picture, like from here up, oh, I look fine. And then I look myself to get a picture or something, and it's like, oh my goodness, what the hell happened? so, so I totally get it. Like, and a lot of women that have um, been through this can totally relate, like totally relatable.
Right.
And the last lady I know is super inspiring, and we'll just put her up here. And she basically has inspired. People of all ages, shapes, sizes, men, women, um, um, because, and you will see in a second. And yeah,
Yeah.
I'll let you take this one.
Okay. Yeah, it's even hard for me to tell the story without
Mm-hmm,
getting emotional.
mm-hmm,
This lady, Lisa, um, beautiful, wonderful person. And she was always athletic. She was active in sports. Her and her husband, they hiked. They did all these outdoor things, right?
mm-hmm.
And then one day, she was in an ATV accident. And with that, she had a spinal cord injury, and she ended up a paraplegic. And through that, I mean, you can imagine going through that, and your whole life has changed right there, and the months and months of recovery and trying to, um, you know, change everything you do, right?
Right.
And through all that, of course, she couldn't do anything. She couldn't move. She started gaining more weight and gaining more weight. Um, and she could only sit up in bed. She ended up with breathing problems. She ended up with carpal tunnel because she was using her arms so much. And I mean, at first we don't treat, heal, or cure anything,
Mm-hmm,
but this is her story, and her
mm-hmm,
story is so impactful. Um, in the first So a friend of hers, he mentioned to her about this program, and she said when she looked in the mirror, it wasn't even her.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, who is this person? This isn't this person, right? She didn't even feel like herself. And so the first month she lost 20 pounds. The
Yeah.
second month she lost 16 pounds. And in 7.5 months, she reached her goal of 100 pounds and 59.5 inches.
Wow.
And this is she couldn't exercise or do anything like that. And in then just under a year, she
Mm-hmm.
lost 130 pounds and 90 inches of body mass.
Wow. That's
And
phenomenal.
to
Yeah.
hear her story and just to see her face, there was not a dry eye. I'm
Yeah.
telling you
Yeah.
that, and I think this is why I love to do what I do
Right.
because it impacts so many people's lives,
Right.
and that's the greatest feeling in the world. And she said she told her story because she wanted to be able to help other people, right?
Right.
So no matter what it is, why you're doing it, or there's just so many great testimonials like hers.
Right.
And she said she felt like herself again. She looked in the mirror, and it just really really inspired me
Mm-hmm.
um, to take the challenge. But it's an amazing lady, heart of gold.
Yeah. Like very phenomenal. Like you have to have a mindset and like and her story alone like has motivated obviously a lot of people.
Oh yeah.
Like that's one story that I seen when I was doing my research. It was her story, and it was like, wow. Like what can you say, you know but yeah, no. So I mean, everybody has a story. Hers is obviously very powerful, but everybody has a story and everybody can relate. And when you think, oh, I can't, just think of all the people who have before. And taking, I mean, we're talking about taking your health in your own hands before you know um, the doctors have to take it over or whatever.
Mhm.
um, it's never too late. It's never
Yeah,
too late.
yeah,
So
and it's prevention, right?
yeah, yeah,
Right,
yeah,
prevention.
yeah.
Right.
No,
So
that's true. Like I said, I'm totally natural, holistic sort of thing. I don't homeopathic. I'm not into like. I don't even like taking uh, Advil or whatever
yeah,
unless I absolutely have to. But
right.
you know, but yeah. So yeah.
Yeah,
So that is the stories that we wanted to share. Um, that
and
it's
there's
good to
so
have more.
many
Yeah, there's tons of them.
thousands of stories that would touch your heart.
Yeah.
There's just so many, right? And it and your story is your story, and
Mm-hmm.
because it's you and it's personal and it's changed you and made you feel better about
Mm-hmm.
yourself and your health.
Right.
That's a story,
Yeah.
right? Whether it's
Exactly.
5 pounds, 10 pounds,
Yeah.
100, three
Yeah.
hundred,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Exactly. If you're now able to run instead of walk,
Yeah,
or whatever it may be.
exactly. Right.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
So yeah.
yeah. So now, where are you on yours? Like, what week are you on, and what are your results there, Cheryl?
So I have. So this is the week 4 completion today, I think. So this is considered week 4, I guess. So down another 1.2 pounds, which is a total of 12.4. And then I didn't add up the inches. so, so I'm just going to see if I can do some math here. So I'm down another 3.5 inches.
Oh,
So I think that's 4, 5, 6, 17, 18 and a quarter.
18, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
18.
And it is moving like waist is moving, belly button area, chest. um, but yeah. What else? Oh, thighs a little bit. So yeah, so it's all the areas that us women like to lose. So which is nice.
Yeah.
So I'm not overly concerned about weight. I am working out, so I know that there might be a body transformation happening there, and that's fine. You know, as long as everything's moving in the right direction, that's all that matters. So
Right. Yeah. Because I mean, 18.25 inches. That's amazing, and the
yeah.
weight's amazing. And
Yeah.
so through all this, like, so how do you feel? Do you feel any different, or?
Uh, well, I'm not tired. Like I'm tired when it's bedtime. I sleep well, but I'm also taking the natural HGH precursor, so that I think that's probably helps. So, that helps with sleep and recovery, which is good because I do exercise. So sleeping well, except for when I had to take my kid to the airport, but that's a whole other. That day I didn't sleep well, but generally sleeping well. Feeling energetic. I don't crave anything. If I see something that somebody has that I just like, oh yeah, I mean, I remember what it tastes like, but I don't like, oh, I have to have it. And I still make. I try to eat clean, but I mean, if I go out, I try to plan my meals and things like that, so I don't feel like I'm missing out, because sometimes that's a big problem. People feel like they're missing out. Um, and yeah, but I am in a competition, so I'm a little bit more strict with myself. But if it
Yeah.
was like everyday life and I wasn't in a competition, I would, make allowances for that.
Yeah.
So
And
yeah,
the craving too, that's huge too.
yeah, yeah,
You see it and you don't, it's not like, oh, and that's what the program does. The drops do, right?
yeah,
They change your taste buds,
yeah,
right? So and it's the weirdest thing.
yeah.
That's what I found with me too. Because when I went on it, I mean, sugar, and I didn't crave sugar. It was
No,
really strange.
yeah, that's a big thing, is craving sugar.
Yeah.
Another thing that really highlighted this about some of the stories is that, you know there's other supplements and stuff people can continue, and they don't have to do this after 3 months or whenever they get to their goal, or they feel good or whatever. Is that people have kept it off, so there's not like, oh, I'm going to stop this and then all of a sudden I'm going to eat everything and then I'm going to gain all my weight back, because I'm not into that. I don't want that to happen. So that's another thing that was like a big thing for me too.
Yeah. And two, part of it is your eating habits of
Yeah,
healthy eating, right? And there's so many. Our group has so many recipes and
yeah,
so much support.
yeah,
So it's not like, okay, what am I going to make today? There's so much support and help, and so you're not, because you don't want to get bored with the
yeah,
same thing, right?
yeah.
And so that really makes a huge difference in your success as well.
Yeah, no, I definitely, I went on there and I've made the soup, and I've made the egg cups for breakfast, because it makes it super easy, super
Yeah,
quick.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so I've made stuff in there,
Yeah.
and
And
all
even
that.
like our shake, our Pure Nourish, and our
Yeah,
Cocoa Boost, you
yeah,
can actually make chocolate treats with that, and it's a treat without the cheat.
yeah,
And you can make all kinds of things besides shakes with the Pure Nourish. You can bake with it. You can do all kinds of stuff. It's really, really,
yeah. Well, I'm looking forward to trying that, because
yeah, yeah,
I have some coming.
yeah,
The less I can think about having to eat or a meal, the better it is, right?
yeah, yeah, right.
Yeah,
And simple
so,
things, and you can make things ahead and have it,
yeah,
and have it in your freezer or whatever, and take
yeah,
out, right?
yeah,
So,
exactly. Yeah, so I mean, if anybody wants to hear any more stories,
yeah,
they could ask, or if they're curious of what the heck again we're talking about, um, feel free to reach out to either one of us.
yeah. Because the basic just is, we're here to help. We're
Yeah,
here to help anyone through their
yeah,
journey, or if you know someone who we can help through their journey and help them to get better health. We really we help. We love to help people, so that's
Yeah.
what we do.
And if you have any questions about exercise, I'm really good at that too.
Yeah, you got to prove it.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Well, thank you,
All right.
Cheryl. And
All right.
anything else? Super congratulations. I'm so proud of you. 4 weeks, and that's a phenomenal, like, I mean, wow. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I feel slimmer, so that's the bonus.
Yeah, you can see it in your face. You can see it in your face. Yeah.
I'll have to go back and watch video one and go, really? No, just kidding.
Yeah. Yeah. Or take your 4 week picture too. You can
Oh
do that.
yeah, I know. I have. Yeah, it's pretty scary.
But yeah, it's like, and it's the steps. You just keep moving forward, right?
Exactly.
Thank you, everyone. If you have any questions or you want to reach out to either Cheryl or myself,
Mhm.
please feel free. We will be here. We do this every Tuesday at the same time.
At the same time?
channel. Same channel.
Oh,
And,
my channel is Errolson's Consulting.
right.
Yeah. So Facebook group,
Yeah.
YouTube.
A whole bunch of things.
I'm on a whole bunch of things.
And I'm on Facebook too. So
Yeah.
you can reach out to either of us.
Perfect. Yeah.
So have a good evening, everyone, and thank you for spending your time with us. I know your time is precious and everybody's busy, so we really appreciate your time.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Bye.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great evening.